Speak easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby.
Easy, speak easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby. It's easy, baby. What up, though? Welcome to the Speak Easy live stream. It's your boy Easy, and we are live from the Speak Easy Studios, aka my motherfucking basement. Oh shit, we already got 2 people in the building, man. I respect it, man. My man JGB, man. You've been rocking for a long time, man. I feel like since I started this channel, and I really appreciate that, man. For real, that means a lot. I remember I think I did my first little video. I don't even think it was on the Lions for real. I think it was on I think it might have been some Instagram thought stuff, but I was rocking a Lions hat. I remember that. It could have been on the Lions though. It's very possible it was on the Lions. Bro, I just wanted to go live, man. It's been a minute, man. I've been consistent with making content. I've been sick. I've been working. I've been making all kinds of excuses, to be honest with you. I gotta take ownership of that shit. I've been gone, man. I've been gone. One pride or don't ride. Exactly. It's kind of the reason why I want to go live a little bit too, JGB. They've been going at the people on my work. Primetime Pete, what's up, bro? You've been on the hopium lately. Hey, look, the hopium take. Roster the Detroit Lions might beat the Ravens. You see, I'm just swishing them boys. Hey, to be fair, I said we can beat the Packers. I said we would. I said we can. We were on our way. But then Jared Goff stopped. Well, he didn't stop nothing. He started turning the ball over back to back to back like Drake did. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that one, man. But I did. Is it too late to talk about the Ravens game? Did I miss out on talking about the Ravens game? Or do I have to move into the Bears already? I'm down to do whatever, man. I've been making content, man, so I wanted to go live and see what's good with you guys. I've seen my peers at Woodward Sports have been under fire, and also want to clear the air a little bit on that one too. You know what I'm saying? I am not with that shit. Some of the shit they've been saying. I love them. Those are my guys, but you know what I'm saying? We live, baby. Some of them talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Some of them talking a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. Let's talk Lions. We'll talk about prime time. Nope, you are good. I'm still going through 5 steps of grief. Yeah, man. Look, I gotta say, as a Lions fan, you gotta be a little bit happy about what you was watching, like a little bit, because I don't think anyone expected that. Like AJ Parker, who's the other dude? I might have just mixed their names up. But dog, our secondary is completed of Tracy Walker, Ware Harris, and then a bunch of UDFAs. Rookie UDFAs. You know what I'm saying? We were not supposed to be in that game. Every single last one of us, except Bobby Price. Thank you so much. Hey, you guys are clutch. You guys are clutch for real. Give me 1 second. I might shoot this link to some DSA members as well. Let me refresh this real quick. But no, what the fuck? Yo, we did not expect that. You know we didn't expect that. That was crazy. I didn't expect that. I said we might beat the Ravens. I was talking out of my ass. I ain't gonna lie. It was before the rest of the, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the season truly kicked off initially. And I was just thinking with a lot of these running quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, I feel like defensive coordinators get a year of tape on them or 2 years of tape on them, and then they got them shut down. That wasn't the case, man. Lamar was doing his damn thing, but then so I was like, fuck, we might actually just get our asses beat by Lamar. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, we actually were in that bitch, bro. And then the defensive line. Yo, did you guys see the play with Julian Okwara just fucking jammed the goddamn guard into the ground? Just bull rushed him? And by the way, who knew? Bro, Julian Okwara is playing inside now too. Dog. And I know, obviously there's some concern clearly throughout the coaching staff that he might not be able to defend the run. I mean, they came out point blank and said it in the beginning of the year, but pass rush looked nice. I ain't gonna lie. They had a Romeo Okwara. Let's look at some stats actually. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I was sick too. I mean, I've been working too, but I'm not gonna lie, I was sick. I did not feel like doing much, so I didn't really get the nerd out on some of these stats. I want to see who, because look, I think what we said, Lamar, what, 4 times? Check it out. I'm about to pull that motherfucker up right now. Oh shit, we got somebody in the building. Hold on 1 second. Let me add my man. Andrew, what up though, man?
Yo, what up? Just trying to set up, man.
Oh, you good? You want me to give you some time?
No, I'm pretty much good. I just gotta make sure it works.
All right, bet. I'm live right now. That's only why I asked. I bet. I'm looking up.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, wait till you get set up because you were actually at the game, weren't you?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, perfect. Then I'm all set.
Bro, what was the heartbreak in the stands? Or what was you? Because like there was 2 reactions out of these fans. My man Stick made a video, and there was like the oh my god, like broken reaction, or there was like the laugh. I had the laugh. I ain't gonna lie. What was yours being there? And how turnt was the game too?
Look, I'll be real with you. I didn't expect much going into the game. You know, I had a feeling it'd be close, but I didn't think that we would have the lead with a minute left.
Yeah.
I mean, to be real with you, you know, everyone was hype as shit. Everyone's screaming. Every single person was up out of their seat.
Let's go.
And then, you know, you hear the screams, and a lot of people thought we won when it hit the goalpost. They thought it went out just because of, you know, angles and stuff. And then it kind of just went like real quiet, you know, and everyone's like, oh no, and like, oh my God. You know, but like walking through and stuff, people are like, oh, of course that shit would happen to the Lions, man. And I was like,
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I mean, that's some shit. Like that is some real unlucky shit
Dog,
to break the NFL record against you.
Yeah, bro. It was the most lion shit in the world.
Bro, I'll be real with you, man. I was like, I just stood there. Like the game was over, everyone's clearing out, and I literally just stood there because I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, man. It was like literally, and that's what I'm saying too. Like some people are like not some people, really like just 2 people in my mind, maybe 3, and I happen to work with them. But like some people are down on it, but like I'm not at all. Like no one, like you said, no one expected us to really actually like come in there and compete and like just do what we did. Like that was like we were just taken way off guard, and then sprinkle that with we had to be beaten by a missed call by the refs and literally the fucking like record field goal in the history of the fucking NFL. Had you know what I'm saying, had to beat our depleted roster.
Yeah.
With the I'm saying like, bro, Bobby Price and AJ Parker as our defensive backfield. Like, come on, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. One thing that has really pissed me off following this game is the amount of people that are like, "Oh, SOL," you know, because I've gone to a lot of games, and what people don't understand is the players feed into the fans, right? So the best I've ever seen us play, no matter what game it is, no matter what quarter or whatever, is literally when the fans are up and screaming their brains out, right? It's loud as shit. It's hype. The players feed into the energy. And every time we did that, we saw something great happen. As soon as they stopped, they started booing, they started yelling some stupid shit. Bro, like it affects the players, you know? Like if you're an 0-2 team and you're versing the Ravens, those players need the fans to be on their side. And when they hear all this shit of, oh, there's such, SOL, this, that, whatever, it infuriates me because I'm like, you know, everyone has to change. It's not just, oh, we have to get good players. Oh, we have to get good coaching. Like, what do you think is going to change if our own fan base is constantly bashing our team and the national media is bashing our team and the local freaking news stations and radio stations are all like, oh, SOL Lions, you know, like how the fuck do you think things are going to change if that's the mantra? That's the mindset.
Yeah. No, 1,000%. Primetime B said Julian Aquara had the highest of grade in defense, but he had like under 10 snaps. But he did it. Yo, I'm sorry. I just want to read some of the comments. Shout out to Primetime B in the building. Shout out to Dolo Dynamite. My man Benjamin Foe in the building. Looney Tune. Luke G. Luke, you can hop in, man. Hey, King. I'm going to send you a link too, King, if you want.
Bro, I was sitting like 2 seats over from King.
You said what?
I was sitting literally like 2 seats over from King, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, for real? That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. I want to ask you this because you were there at the game too, and I'm looking at the receivers. I know DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams are up there right now, but like, were these guys getting separation? Like, were you paying attention to that by chance, or were you just turning up?
Look, I'll be real with you. There were definitely moments in the game that we had amazing separation, our wide receivers are open, and fucking Goff just didn't see them, or he held on to it too long. He was looking the wrong way, wasn't making his reads properly. It was surprising because the Ravens secondary, like, they have some real talented freaking cornerbacks, and for us to have like Cephas and fucking Raymond out there, whatever, I thought we had decent separation to where we could have made big plays, but he doesn't look fucking deep. He always looks to the flats or running backs or whatever, which is like, all right, cool as a check down. But when you got your guys open deep, you got to take those shots, man.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them, it's like, I don't even know, like, some of them, I feel like it might even end up, like, just being for the better with him. Oh, shit. I guess my man Luke G, the motherfucker building. What up, though?
Man, what up, though?
What up?
Though, Luke? Thanks for joining
Man, listen, dude, I didn't get home till like 7:30. I was like, well, I ain't gonna be able to do a show. It's gonna be late. Then I saw you was on.
Yeah.
Man, you didn't do a show today?
No, bro, I didn't get up, man. Listen, I literally was halfway home and they called me back. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Life of a special person, I'll say. I hear y'all talking that good stuff. Andrew up.
What's
Andrew
up, fam?
He came out the bat cave.
Yeah. Came out of fucking hibernation, man. It's been a minute.
Yes. I'm so glad to hear you say this. You saw people open, but nobody wants to. When I say people are playing safe, they think I made it up.
Look, I'll be real with you, man. Like, I analyze things, in a very a very objective way, right? Like, I'm not doing it from a fan perspective. Like, I want to see my team thrive. And when I see my wide receivers who are backup wide receivers getting separation against some of the toughest corners in the league, and Goff is not even looking their way or attempting those passes, like, it pisses me off. People want to say you got to be aggressive to beat a team like the Ravens, and you're damn right. But how can you be aggressive if your quarterback won't even take those shots?
Well, like I said, I'm not too down on the quarterback as much, because to me, the game plan shouldn't have been a Jared Goff game plan for this game. It just shouldn't have. And to me, this is one of them games where you didn't need to take shots down the field, but you certainly needed to. They were supposed to do what Green Bay did to us, and that's go after their linebackers with tight ends and running backs. And they did that in the second half. It gave us a little bit of life. But the coach got to worrying about, I don't want to be too aggressive and lose the game. And so he played to not lose versus playing to win. So it sucks. I thought the game plan early on sucked. I thought Anthony Lynn's game plan was sucky. 5 carries, 70 yards. It was 5 carries, 35 yards for Jamal, which is a 7-yard average. And then it was like 5 carries, 30 yards for my man Swift, which is another 6 yards per carry. And they ran the ball a total of 10 times in the first half. And I'm thinking, this team can't stop the run. You should have just ran the hell out of it. This shouldn't even been a Jared Goff show, in my opinion. So I ain't gonna kill Jared Goff on this one. This one was on the coaches.
My man.
I mean, sorry, easy.
No, go ahead, man.
My thing, man, is, it's not. We're not a team that's going to put it in Jared Goff's hands because we don't have the fucking wide receivers, right? And so when that happens, you have to rely on your running backs, your tight end, right? Play up the middle. But the problem is that when it does come time for him to throw, because you can't run the ball, 50 times a game, he's missing things.
Why not?
He's missing things because, bro, they scheme to it, right? So if you look at the overall rushing, our guys are averaging under 4 yards a carry. They did great in the first half. They didn't do great in the second half. There was a couple bigger runs, things like that.
Wait, you said we averaged how much in the first half rushing?
I don't recall exact stats, but look,
It was 10 rushes. It was 10 rushes in the first half for what should have been 65 yards.
All right, so then that means in the second half they only had 20-something yards rushing based off these stats.
24,
and that's shit, right? So okay, part of that is we couldn't get the ground game going in the second half, right? So then what happens? You got to rely on the pass a little bit more, and if you're not hitting those open targets, like, that's on the quarterback. I don't care about the scheme. If you have open wide receivers, that's on you to make those reads and hit the guy.
Real quick, we got another celebrity in the building. I just want to introduce my girl Rachel Marie Sports.
What's up, guys?
I mean, look, the family just showing up. Is this what we gotta do? We gotta say it's Thanksgiving cooking and get it going. That's what I'm talking about.
What up, Rachel?
What's up?
Rachel came in on too. Rachel's like, "What's up? Everybody good?" Rachel, you didn't smoke a doobie this. Right, I'm saying she came with that doobie. I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? Everybody good?"
She's been drunk since the game.
Yeah, I ain't mad at her. If that's the case.
But reality is this. Real talk. They could have ran the ball that whole game. We should have had 42 rushing attempts. Hands down.
I'll be honest with you. Before the game started, I put on Twitter, what I wanted to see. Part of it was the DNs making sure they contain the run game. Part of it was starting heavy on the run game and relying on it, and they did some of what I wanted, but man, like, you said it, Luke, right? You have to be aggressive. You can't be passive with these teams. And especially with our defense, you cannot rely on them to stop a team, right? So what do you have to do? You got to put up points on the board. There are so many missed opportunities, and some of them were flags, some of them were missed passes. Goff fucking taking a sack for 20 yards downfield, but like, you have to take shots, and it didn't seem like we dialed up anything to even go deep. They wanted to beat them with the checkdowns, the short passes, and the run game, and unless you capitalize on that stuff, it's just not going to happen against a team like the Ravens.
I think the film supports them dinking and dunking to win this game. That was what they needed. That's one of the reasons that when I went over every piece of information that I had to my disposal, I came up and said, we got to do to them what Aaron Jones did to us. Unleash them. And then I said, on defense, if you're blitzing people, blitz Derek Barnes. Now, according to Pro Football Focus, everybody's favorite statistician to go to, they had Derek Barnes rated as one of the worst Lions that played that day. I thought that was a joke. And then on top of that, you just have to just be honest. The Lions didn't need to throw the ball deep to win this game. If they just kept the ball on the ground, and if you put it this way, look at what they did in the second half, and why was it so effective? Because their linebackers had the same problem our linebackers had. They couldn't cover nobody. They had a safety constantly blanketing the tight end. And the receivers, that were getting open, dropped the ball, a.k.a. Khalif Raymond. So the reality is you should have dinked and dunked your way down the field and ran the ball.
Real quick, I do have one other person in the waiting. It was a little free for all. So I sent the leak out to a couple people. I got my man Mikey TikTok from Uber Sports in here too.
What up, though, Mike?
How's it going, guys?
What's good?
Mike can't come in like he on the air, but Mike came in like he ain't ready to go to sleep.
Mike he just turned 20. He's ready to go.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
We haven't heard your take on the game. I saw your TikTok on the way home while I was texting and driving like I'm not supposed to be. But
Facts.
I went through all the emotions with you. I was happy when Rachel was happy. I was like, oh shit. And then when you were sad, I was like, damn, that was like heartbreaking. What was your take on the game?
Dude, honestly, I had a feeling like in those moments where I was getting so excited, I looked back at my friend Elaine, who was sitting behind me in that Tate jersey, and I was like, I have a bad feeling. I don't even want to say this because I feel like I'm jinxing it. But she goes, don't say that. And then literally, it just happened one too many times. Like, there's times when I'd watch a game like that and that kind of ending and like literally have to tell myself, you are not about to cry over this football game right now. But that was heartbreaking. I kind of just sat there and was like, wow, I want to be surprised, but I'm not. Another round of shots. Let's go.
Light them up.
Facts. Mikey, I actually haven't spoke to you at all either since Friday, actually. How did you feel about the game? Mikey on the wire, he's all grown up now. He's trying to change his name on me, but how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, that's the thing. But man, I don't know. Like, I was covering Tigers game for us at Woodward, so like I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. But from what I've heard, like Dan Campbell he wasn't aggressive when he needed to be. And I mean, Justin Tucker is going to be Justin Tucker. He's the best statistically great kicker for a reason, but you can't allow them to get to that with the 4th and 19, even with the delay of game not getting called. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and those type of games.
I love Mike. I love Mike.
Yeah, Mikey's a good kid. He's kind of weird looking on the outside, but on the inside,
wow.
I'm joking.
Wow.
When Rachel was speaking though, and she said, she had a bad feeling. Bro, it felt that way 100% because ain't no one on this goddamn panel thought we were about to win that game, except for Luke. Sometimes you be high off the hopium, but
What?
ain't nobody like we were not expecting that. So like when it happens, it's like, yo, this is too good to be true. Like something's got to happen. Like something's about to fuck this up. I mean, sure enough, it did, but it just feels that way.
I'm okay, and I know this is gonna sound nuts. I'm okay losing on a record field goal, something that's probably gonna take 70 years to happen again. Like I'm okay.
Call in a record field goal, like it was like
the missed call don't bother me. That 39 run did.
Stop lying to yourself, Luke. Stop lying to yourself.
I wish I was lying to myself. Listen, think to yourself this: if you get that 39, there's no reason that the Ravens ever get the ball back. You literally get the first down. They never get the ball back. They never have a possession. They never have to be a question of a kick. It never have to be a question of a no delay game.
Because it feels like it's like, well, if we score 50 points, you know what I'm saying? We never will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but in this particular case, the Lions all the way into the end had control of their destiny on 3 separate occasions. Occasion number 1, you pick up the first, game's over. It's nothing they can do. You cannot call that run play on 3rd and 9. That was just being safe. Then the second time they had a chance to seal their own fate, they get the sacks, and it's 4th and 19, and they literally sit there instead of rushing 4 or sending people after him, and if he scrambles and picks up 14 or 9, let's say he got to 20. If he pick up 20, he wasn't scoring a touchdown, and the clock still runs out. That's the second time. And then the third time. The third time came on the fact that kick literally needed some help from the football guys to bounce on the goalpost and then over.
I've seen this shit in my life bounce in. That was the craziest shit ever. That shit was wild.
I totally agree with you, Luke. Like, we got to think about, because we always talk about, I feel like, especially Lions fans, we fall into that trap. Like, we always talk about, like, the Pettigrew call back in 2014 against the Cowboys. Like, what we don't talk about is, like, Stafford fumbled twice after that. Like, we got to not allow our team to be in a position where, 66 yards happens,
Or take it a step further. Go to the Thanksgiving game that basically made me join YouTube, where Stafford throws a touchdown pass to Kenny Galladay and he drops it. That would have been the game-winning touchdown. And then the very next play, they tried to call the same play, which I don't even know what kind of coach does that. Like, it worked the first time. Like, Novocaine, give it time. He called the exact similar play. I ain't gonna say the same, but we're gonna say similar, and it was picked off. But nobody talks about the fact that Kenny Galladay dropped that game winning touchdown before.
My man, EverythingKing is in the building. King, what up though, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
King on them edibles too.
the unpopular opinion is here. A lot of fans been giving me a lot of flack for some of the stuff I've been saying about.
Me too, bro.
But listen, I'm to the point, in my fandom career where I am absolutely exhausted with the same experiences over and over. The Lions fan base needs to wake up and realize that, listen, the Lions put themselves in some bad situations, and they do it a lot, and it needs to stop. You have to be aggressive. You have to execute. I understand that this is a rebuilding team. I understand that the defense, blah, blah, whatever. The defense played well enough for you to win. They gave you opportunities. You got to be give us a touchdown at least, Goff. I mean, and something in the first half, a field goal, something, and we having a different conversation, because I feel like the Ravens did everything that they could do as far as them being the team that they are to give you an opportunity to win. Lamar Jackson, they did a really good job to me against Lamar Jackson. Brown did drop some passes. Let's not
three.
He dropped 3 big time passes. So, they gave you opportunity. I need something.
And King, don't forget, Watkins dropped the touchdown pass, and they missed the field goal themselves. So you're talking 4 opportunities for you to turn it over. And then he goes 5th one for you. I counted literally 10 different opportunities that they had to open the door. You get a fumble on a punt, but they get called back because your guy runs out of bounds for no reason. That would have been huge. That'll put you on a 6, right? Then you literally get a stop. You get not a stop, but you get a punt that went down to, I want to say, the 4-yard line, that Kadero Hodge down to the 4-yard line, and it's 3rd and 18, and you give up a big play for a first that went 27 yards. You flip it on the other side on 4th. No, it was another 3rd and 18. You give up a touchdown, and then you flip it on a 4th. I want to say it was a 4th and 12, I think it was. You gave up another deep bomb to the tight end. So essentially, there was multiple opportunities of the Ravens doing their best. Let me give this game away impression, and yet you came away with no points in the first half. You have multiple possessions. You were averaging well over 5 yards at best. You averaged at least 5.25 yards at best in rushing, and you ran the ball 10 times in the first half. It was a bad game plan with a bunch of young players that needed to. This is a game that needed to be won by the coaches, and they failed.
Yeah,
the king hath spoken.
I can't disagree with nothing you say. And the thing is, for instance, all this sympathy is making me sick when it comes to Jared Goff, because listen, for some reason in Lions fans' minds, we forget why Jared Goff is here. Why is he here? Jared Goff is here simply because in big moments he just doesn't show up. He panics. He can't get the ball down the field when you need him to. This man went to a Super Bowl and the Rams scored 3 points. 3 points.
We were
so
describing Stafford too up until the Super Bowl thing.
Like I mean, I don't know, man. To me, like I said, he is that bridge quarterback. I don't see a long-term thing out of Jared Goff. I just don't. I don't think he's going to take these leaps and bounds improvements if you put a team around him. He just left that. What makes you think he's going to do it here if you try to put some pieces around him? You're going to get the same product. Just stop it. So
yeah.
I was telling people that in the offseason. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a bridge quarterback. I don't think anyone mistakes that. We're not expecting the world from Goff, but what we are expecting is the simple shit, right? I mean, you have an open receiver, you better fucking hit that. I don't care if we're going to lose the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we were sitting right by each other, Andrew. We seen it live.
Yeah.
What are you
doing? Was bragging about that earlier.
He's open. He's right in front of you.
I know. And you know what? It pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, right, he left a team that had everything. They had the coach. He had the wide receivers. He had the run game. He had the freaking offensive line. He had top 5 defense. You aren't going to go from that to the Lions, and you're not going to win games, right? We're going to have to take a couple years to revamp everything before we even get remotely competitive. I expect us to try, right? That effort is definitely there, but we don't have the talent to match up with some of these teams. So we're going to win some games, but you're not going to win more, and Goff is not going to fucking will you to victories. That's for sure.
Yeah. I want to ask real quick, the panel, can anyone defend or explain that 4th and 19?
Easy.
In terms of what easy? Like the play call?
The timeout.
Look,
I can. I can definitely explain that. And that's why I never killed before.
Like, was anybody like, I guess it's like,
I can defend it though. Like I could defend that 4th and 19. In my opinion, it's simple. Like 100% it's simple. All right. So for Dan Campbell, he literally looked and he saw that somebody was not lined up right. And so now the question becomes, the question, what the hell?
Isn't that like a
all I see is the karate moves. I'm like, what the hell? No, but he saw somebody lined up wrong, and he saw the way that they were lined up, and he figured if I don't correct this, they might get a bigger play because it would have been nobody there. And I think the person who was lined up wrong, which he didn't want to point out, but I had to go look at some film at originally where he was at. It was unfortunately it was Marlowe. He was not deep enough, and if they would have called a deep bomb to any one of those speedy receivers, it was poor Will Harris left to stop it. He said, "Oh hell no," and he called a timeout to get them to correct the mistake that was made. Whether this is on him or whether this is on Glenn, is you rush 3.
100%.
This is a mistake that happens too often in football, where the coach try to be the smart guy in the room and think, oh, we're gonna drop everybody back. Go get them. If you're gonna die going hard. And if you go down fighting, what's the chances of him running more than 20 yards and getting up and spiking the ball? Because I can tell you right now, he run more than 20 yards, and I get a chance to tackle him. I'm gonna lay on him. I'm all kind of sleepy and drunk, and so at that point, it's like, hey, what do you do next? So yeah, the 4th and 19 to me is cool.
Me too movement, dog. You can't be talking like that. No, I'm joking.
I still can't. Y'all gonna have to relay the message. I can't hear Easy for some reason. Maybe I don't.
I can hear him. I hear you.
Just help. Just do this in front of the camera a couple times.
I'm gonna leave out and come back.
Yeah, I can hear him. I hear Easy. Do y'all hear Easy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys can hear me, like button.
Yeah, but I don't know. I agree with you. Like, for real, I feel like if you're looking at the scheme, like maybe Campbell saw something that we didn't, or like you said, you saw Marlowe.
Yeah, I saw Marlowe.
Why not get the read? Yeah, why not get the read on the scheme or the formation that they have against you right now? So you're like, okay, we might have seen that in film, and they're going a deep bomb to Hollywood Brown because he's going to beat you with his speed. Or, like we said, 4 drop touchdown opportunities there, and you didn't want to have that happen again.
Actually, it was 5. It was 5.
And then you have Jared Goff has to do checkdowns for 5 yards to get from the 20 to the touchdown, or at least in field goal range. And you can't be putting that on a rookie kicker. So I get the timeout, but at the same time, like, unless it was like super pressing, there had to have been something. Either that or that was just a really bad mistake by Dan Campbell. I do disagree with the rushing 3 though too. Because if you get at least a 4th guy in there, you're going up against something. And the 3, it just was sad to watch. Kind of like there's that time where the linemen know they're like kind of outmatched and they're just like, whatever, we'll watch this happen,
We had 2 safeties on that play, right?
The guy who got burnt was Will Harris.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And someone else commented, I don't know if they're talking about something else.
There's so many ways you could have went around that, right? You're 20 fucking yards, that you have to go. You should have had 3 guys deep. You should have rushed 4, and you should have watched the freaking sidelines because you want them to get tackled. Go ahead, get the 30 yards inbounds. I'm gonna fuck you up, right? But they didn't. They literally just rushed 3 and dropped a bunch of people in the mid range. Like, you can't cover the 10-yard pass. They're not going for a 10-yard pass. They're going deep. There's no reason that we didn't have more coverage deep.
So I feel like some of the people there though were like in the middle, that mid tier were a case of Lamar Jackson.
No, exactly. But that's the thing. Let him run. You should have literally let him run because there's no way he's getting 19 yards. And if he is, it's going to take a hell of a long time for him to get downfield and do anything. Mind you, they're going to have to set the play up.
Lamar Jackson, man, like
I don't care.
What's the incentive
if he got down there, they just wouldn't have had enough time. You got to wait for them fat hogs to run down there too and set up, and they had no timeouts.
What's the incentive though to go for the touchdown when you got Justin Tucker and you trust him that much to kick a 66 though?
Right.
The incentive for going for a touchdown to me is you make it harder on your opponent. The crowd was so loud they couldn't hear it. They couldn't hear a damn thing. And it's harder to pick up a touchdown in that time, even with no timeouts, than it would be to kick a field goal. The field goal is always the easiest roll on the 4th, like period.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't think they just put like an inordinate amount of trust in Justin Tucker, and they were like, they think we're going for the tutty. Let's hit him with the out and do it.
Hey,
Will Harris kept getting killed on those crossing routes too, all game. Because I remember the tight end got him too. And I think the first drop touchdown by Brown was a crossing route. It was on Will Harris. I could be mistaken though on that one.
Speaking about trust, how much do the Lions trust Jared Goff in those type of situations?
They don't.
I don't think it was a matter of trust. I think he went with analytics. I think he went with analytics and said this gives us the highest percentage chance of winning. Because I think during the broadcast they said something like the Lions at the field goal had a 97% chance of winning that game at that point, and then even with the field goal they had an 86% chance to winning it. So it was like, yo, you had the opportunities there. I just think, to me, I'm one of the people that look at it and say, it was 39. You called that weak run play. You got to play for the first in the game, control your destiny.
Oh, shit. You want him to go for it in the 4th?
No. On 39.
I also think Goff has something to do with that when your quarterback says Hike and almost fumbled the damn ball for no reason.
Definitely lack of trust because one, even before that 39, he tripped over Frank Ragnow, and they were like, "Oh hell no, not this shit again."
Yeah.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Rachel.
No, I was literally about to mention him tripping over Ragnow. And when you said that, I was like, yeah, he literally ate shit after he hit Ragnow's ankles. It's not as bad as Big Ben. I don't know if y'all saw him.
Oh my God. It was like he got sniped in the video game. He's like,
if you would have heard the fans in the stand, when Jared Goff tripped, yeah, you would have. They probably called him everything but a good Samaritan.
Jared Goff is gonna always get that hate though, no matter what. It is funny because the same ones giving the hate are the same ones who wanted Stafford gone. Like I find this funny.
It's not hate. It's being realistic about him and his ability. It's not hate.
It's not even really hate because I was one of the biggest Stafford fans and still am. He had with the Rams, I feel like what I've always wanted with Matthew Stafford here, which is to be good, at least good on both sides of the ball. Have a solid O-line, have a solid defense, at least a decent run game where we don't have a guy that runs for 100 yards maybe once in a season. I wanted those things. But to get Goff here, I'm not about to let this dude. I'm not this soft, buttery. No. Do you not realize how much money this man is? They sent him for. This is the most Blake Griffin-ish type deal I've ever seen. They're paying this man all of this money, and we got this hope, this sickness. No, he's not that guy. Jared Goff. You watch everybody on TV. You watch all the ex-players, all the guys who evaluate football, even Peyton Manning, the Manning brothers. They all say the same thing. The Rams just needed somebody else. But for some reason, in Lions fans' little minds, oh, well, no, it wasn't Goff. Well, his defense wasn't that good. Or, well, this, that, and the third. You make all these excuses. No, he's not it. That's just that, man. He's not it. And I'll be the bad guy. I told
let me ask you this though, King.
It's like common ass sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he came with he got paired with 2 first rounders. And don't forget the reports that came out when we originally asked for Aaron Donald. Like that, like I don't know why people allow themselves to believe that. Like, oh, Goff can do it. Like, no, like.
Yeah, but let's be honest though. I don't even think Stafford, even right now, has a better offense than he's had with the Lions. Like I would take his receiving cores I would take 2 of his receiving cores that he had over the receiving core he got now. The difference is when I watch them Rams game, them receivers is wide the hell open. I'm talking about it's pitch and catch. We've always lacked the good coaching. These guys are getting schemed open.
It ain't even just that. It's the fact that Matthew Stafford has at least enough time to say hike.
That's true.
That helps a lot.
That's true.
He would have had that this year. And
he would have.
But isn't that just it? That's the most bittersweet thing about watching this O-line, this run game, like finally coming together. We've been waiting for this for so long to actually have a legitimate, just run game in general. And then Matt Stafford's over there in LA, and we're like, yeah, figures it goes that way.
We finally got some running backs. It's like, come on, bro. Like, really? When he leaves? Really? I mean, we come from a place of Kevin Jones and like, man.
Michael LaShore.
Yeah.
Zach Zenner.
We had LeGarrette Blount on this thing. We had LeGarrette Blount. We had Adrian Peterson on this. What are we doing? It's almost like the Pistons with Steve Blake and Jose Calderon. Like, what is we doing here?
Calderon, man.
The Lions were like the Pistons because they were like, if like you told me 10 years ago, the Pistons got Joe Johnson and Blake Griffin, I would have lost my mind. But it was 2019, so like they were both washed. That was the same way Adrian Peterson was. It's like we got Adrian Peterson, except he's 70. Like, damn, man.
You know what drives me nuts is that we finally have a run game and they're not utilizing our running backs how teams like the Saints have, right? When they have fucking Kamara and Ingram. Like, why are you not putting both Jamal Williams and Swift on the field at the same time, bro? You can set up so many different plays with that and run your offense through them and Hawkinson. But instead, we're trying to take shots with Goff, like trying to find the 5-yard routes, man. And it's like driving me nuts. I mean, Drew Brees couldn't throw the ball his last season with the Saints, and they still were an effective offense because of how they utilized their running backs.
And I think something honestly is on Goff and his ability to like learn the offense. Like, I'll never forget, it was Monday Night Football against the Packers, and I was watching the Manning cast. Who better than to talk about quarterbacks than Peyton Manning? He's speaking about the wristband on Goff's wrist that you only see like middle schoolers and high schoolers and college players wear. You only wear that when you're not familiar with the offense. When you're not familiar with the offense, you can't call audibles or like multiple routes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really has like remember the fourth down play with Cephas and he just threw straight to Cephas, but there was like two other guys wide the fuck open. He just goes to his first read. He doesn't have the offense down pat either. Like,
he's definitely locked in. He's definitely like I really only blamed him. I cussed Goff out for the first half against the 49ers game, but I was too damn mad at the fans. I had never seen that much red in my life. I've been watching every game trying to see if anybody else stadium been taken over like ours. I have yet to find it. And then week 2, he came out lighting them up, doing his thing down the field, open the half. But then second half, we just forgot that, this thing called running the ball exists. And so I gave him a pass there. And then this game, I didn't blame Goff because I didn't think we needed to go through Goff to win this game. For real. We needed to. This should have been the game you dinked and dunked. And they didn't. That weird play that they called where he pitched the ball to.
But what he needs to be able to do is find a second read, a third read. Like Pat, like I'm saying, like, look at all your options because he really just goes to the first or second read on these offensive plays. Like,
listen, I don't even see first. I don't even see first and second. I see lock in on first and throw it. I don't even see the second read. It's lock in on first and throw.
Yeah.
Let me say this right quick. We got a good argument going on in the comments. 1 second. Listen, one thing that y'all got to understand, man, is I see a lot of people, they run to the stats and they throw stats out so fast. The stats tell half the story, man. Half the story. We have to talk about football and what we're actually watching out there. It is so deceptive at times. Do not fall for that, man. Don't just run to the stat sheets and just think you know what you're talking about. You need to really watch Jared Goff. And I mean, watch this man with the fine-tuned comb. You will see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, and honestly, nothing's more true than that because as I'm like watching this game last Sunday, I'm on the phone with my dad. He's in an airport. He can't see, so I'm kind of like filling him in. And he's like, well, I see that the defense has given up 300 yards. And I'm like, really? That surprises me because as I'm watching this game, this is the most effective they've been to this point in the season. Like, it doesn't feel like they've given up 300 yards, honestly. I mean, clearly they had, but watching the game, you're like, no, they're doing all right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and on Friday's show, I went through and I showed people the stats that showed that, hey, look, nobody's ran the ball on the Ravens. I said, but it's not because they're shutting the run down. It's because nobody has really attempted. All of those teams only ran the ball maybe 16 times in an attempt to run the ball. And I said, this team gave up a lot of yards on there, and teams just stopped running the ball. So the stats will lie to you. They will, but that's why I go by film. I just say, look, what did the film show me? Because like I said, Pro Football Focus got Derek Barnes rated low. And I'm like, Derek Barnes made plays that don't show up on stat sheets.
They don't even. I feel nasty even saying their name, bro. DeAndre Swift shit. You remember how heated I was about that, bro?
Oh yeah. Look
how stupid the motherfucker looks like. Right now, is there 32 backs better than DeAndre Swift right now?
No way.
What? No.
So fuck them. Fuck PFF. Fuck the mom. Fuck
listing family members.
Shit.
Look, just to go back to what Luke was saying, it's so funny because the stat thing drives me nuts when people only pull up stats. I'm like, you got to look at the game, man, because you look at like the Chiefs defensive stats and it's like, oh man, they're killer against the run. No, they're not killer against the run. Their freaking offense is so good that teams abandon the run early. And so it affects the final stat sheet. Same thing with the Ravens. The Ravens are putting up close to 30 points plus a game. So of course teams are going to abandon the run. It just so happens that they played pretty well against us, against the run in the second half, but overall, like, teams just give up. If you're down 14 points, you're not going to just keep running the ball. I even look at like teams like the Titans who have Derrick Henry. They stop fucking running the ball when they got to make up points,
I'm going to kill this fly.
I thought he was gonna make like some crazy point.
Put him in a cycle.
Actually, I have a question for the panel because I wasn't paying enough attention to see how they were utilizing him. But something that I was looking for going into this game was TJ Hawkinson, like right up the middle, because the first 2 games of the season, the Ravens played against the Raiders. So Darren Waller and Travis Kelce, they both exceeded 100 yards and scored a touchdown. So I thought we were going to be just hawk. And that did not end up being the case. But did you guys see why that was? I mean, were they consistently using him as an extra blocker? I just felt like, and it hurt me in fantasy too. So I'm
it's just personal.
It all comes down to fantasy.
Well, I'm thinking I'm golden because they're going to use Hawk. Like, look at what these tight ends are doing to this Ravens defense. And then he had like 6.8 points. And I was like, damn, what did we do? Why didn't we use him the way I thought?
They were double teaming at times.
Oh man, maybe it's more said golf made me want to pile drive him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of things, right? There were times where they double team him. There were times where Goff didn't look his way, and then you add in all the runs and everything, and it happened to be one of those games where he didn't get a lot of targets. And I'm actually kind of glad because we're not like the Raiders where you throw the ball to freaking Darren Waller like 14 times at halftime because you have no other playmakers.
True.
Real quick, I like this comment by JGB. It says nothing negative now. All-star cast. Can y'all talk about the good? And I guess I'd like to go around the panel. And if you guys give me an MVP on defense, that'd be pretty dope. If you're down for that.
Oh, I got this shit, bro. Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins is the MVP. MVP. Get the fuck off my team. Thank God we released him. I guarantee you we will never be as bad now that we got rid of this guy.
The energy definitely was totally different without him.
Okay.
Dude, you actually saw linebackers fill gaps with him out of there, and it is one of the reasons. Like I was doing film study on Friday, and I was like, bro, look at this. He literally on one play against Green Bay helped create a hole for the Green Bay running back, and I'm like, you're not even trying to fill a gap. You just threw your whole body and shoulder into it, and it's a damn shame. So my MVP was Derrick Barnes because I thought for him getting tossed in there. There's a few plays where he tossed off the blocker and made the tackle, and I was excited to see that. I was very happy to see somebody actually fill gaps and scramble to cut off routes, and it was so refreshing to see that. I mean, even Alex Anzalone started playing better, and according to Dan Campbell, he felt more confident and found his footing. So I was happy and beyond good with what Derrick Barnes brought to the table.
A rookie, two dog, what? Come on, man.
Hey, my guy was Anzalone.
Oh, okay.
You got to think he's been horrible this season. I got to give him something. I got to give him credit when credit is due.
I respect that.
Played pretty good. I'm not even going to lie, man. I got to pick him. I got to.
You just gave it to him because he's a token white guy. No, he's look, if you look at the stats, he's number one on the team right now, other than like sacks and whatnot. Mikey, who's yours?
Defensive MVP?
Yeah, from that game. Oh, you watch it.
No, okay, I got one though. Hollywood Brown's hands. Because without them, we would have been denied 3 touchdowns. All I'm saying is 3 pass deflections for touchdowns. Good job by his hands. Defensive MVP in my book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Rachel, who's yours?
I want to try to go with somebody different than everybody else. I'm trying to think. You guys pretty much cover the ones that I want to pick, but I'll shout out Amani Aruarie for having the first interception of the season for sure. Not that the secondary is anything beautiful to watch, but got to get in there with one. And then this was the first game that I actually was looking at Romeo Okwara getting that pressure again and thinking, okay, there he is. These first 2 games were a little underwhelming for me with him, but this game, I was like, all right, he was kind of back there on every pressure. If he wasn't the guy that got to the quarterback, he was there.
They put their hand back in the dirt. That was a huge thing for him. They literally put their hand back in the dirt, and that was huge. That was a big boost for his confidence versus being in that 2-point stand trying to rush and get to the quarterback. That hand back in the dirt is a different beast.
That's a good point, though, Rachel, about Awarie, because I feel like that interception got forgotten. Like, if it weren't for that, we would never even been able to bitch about that third down ninth call. Like, yeah, that slept on.
Right. And I mean, it kind of went right into his hands, but like, we see a lot of the players in our secondary just not there in those instances, nowhere near able to make a play on the ball. So it was nice to see him, and it kind of just came down into his hands like a nice little present.
And that touchdown to Diverman or whatever the hell his name was that on a Awarie or was that on a safety? That first touchdown they had, King and Andrew, because I know you guys were there.
Oh, what? Say it again. I was
that
reading
one the Ravens got. Was that on a Awarie or was that on a safety?
I think it was a combination. Wasn't that the pick play?
Yeah, I think that was the pick play, which I actually got saved in my phone. Give me a second.
I want to say Awarie because like he either redeemed himself with the interception or he just was the last thing. But you know what else made me think he had a good game is like you didn't hear his name too often either.
Yeah,
that's always a good sign. But I also want to say Charles Harris on the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matches, man. He even got a sack too, and like I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, "What the fuck? I did not expect that." Man. And then we had Austin Bryant sliding that bitch, but definitely Charles Harrison. Rachel, you convinced me on Awarie. I kind of want to give it to him though, because I forgot about the interception. That was kind of overlooked.
It's been a minute for an interception in Detroit. So.
And how about that celebration?
How about the fans? How about the fans with the defense? The fans with the defense, they literally wouldn't let Sheila Ford speak.
Yeah, I low-key felt bad for her, man.
Like, good. I'm like, why are y'all booing her? Like, I mean, and it was so loud. You could not hear her talk. Calvin was bad for the lady.
Bro, Calvin literally was trying to calm the fans down. He's like, please. He's like, please stop.
It was embarrassing.
Well, imagine how awkward that was for him. Like, he's like, I get it, and it also kind of was like support for him too, because they're like, pay the man. But at the same time, I'm going to assume he's a gentleman and he's like, all right, you guys, come on, like, let her speak.
You know what, though? So I agree with what you're saying, but I totally get it from the fan perspective because, like, for me personally, why the hell do you tolerate all this bullshit with the refs year after year after year? And it's not Lions fans making up excuses. Like, everyone across the national media sees how often we get screwed, and the Fords never say anything. They're just like, whatever, on to the next one. They don't even make a comment. Like, I want to see these motherfuckers take a huge fine to just go off on the NFL or go to Roger Goodell and be like, look, I'm done with this shit. You better cut this shit out. Same thing with the national media always bashing our team. Like, they don't do this to other teams, and that's why fans are so sick of it because the Fords are okay with it. If you're not okay, you think Jerry Jones would tolerate this shit happening to him all the time in the Cowboys? Hell no. And that's why fans are sick of it because when the owners don't even care about it, why would we? We're the ones paying for it.
The difference is we got, 2 old women, man. Jerry Jones likes to get, hookers for the refs before games and have party buses.
Bro.
So that's different.
Bro, we got Detroit, bro. There's shit everywhere.
I just don't get the point of booing at all. Like, I just don't like what are you booing her for exactly? If you're being honest about her, she has been the complete reason things have turned around.
Understood. Like that, the one constant throughout the Detroit Lions, through all the fucking bad, has been the ownership. The ownership and Rod Wood. You know what I'm saying? That's been two of the most consistent things through all this fucking bullshit. Like, man,
let me tell you something. Why is it? Hold on,
bro. Like,
why is it we can have a first-year quarterback and say, oh, they made mistakes because they're a rookie. We can have a first-year coach and say, oh, he got 3 years. It's going to take him 3 years to get it. And you get a first-time owner and she gets booed. What the hell?
Because her last name's Ford.
She's Ford. Yeah, she's part of the family. They were booing the Ford family, not just her directly.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that our
In that moment,
in that moment.
Yes. Name coming out, Luke.
Yes, because like I said, it's embarrassing that it's always Detroit is the only to have something. You know what I'm saying? We're the only ones that treat our Hall of Fame wide receiver Calvin Johnson the way that the way that they are. You know, I don't want to get the cussing on here. We're the only one. Any other franchise, would not do something that petty and hold on to it. Like, you had an opportunity to fix this situation before we got here. This is a Hall of Fame speech. You know what I'm saying? And I know Calvin felt inside like, this is a special moment for me. Y'all could have at least waited, and this is not right now. That's the type
100%.
of look he had on his face.
He's been everywhere saying it.
Yeah, because the fans are thinking like, man, they're gonna kill us in the media. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man, it's embarrassing. Would you just give this man his money? It's like toilet paper to you.
Look, 100%.
If I'm being honest though, you can go.
So I was gonna say, like, Andrew Luck freaking retired for his health. His actual health, right? Which part of Calvin's was too, right? He had a lot of injuries, but like they paid Andrew Luck so much money in his guaranteed that it shits all over Calvin's $1 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that's petty. That's nothing to you. That's literally like me just dropping $10 on the ground.
That's
like
a lot of
they
money.
got
Where'd you drop $10?
Bro, exactly. They got
it's
so
a
much
gift.
money. Like, come on.
It's a gift.
In the
It's a
offseason,
gift.
she let that shit hit the press where like it seemed like things were forgiven. Remember that thing that came out at some point during the offseason?
Yep.
Like, yo, the Lions and Calvin Johnson to fix things, and like we know they run the press in this town. Remember 97-1? They took the team right off 97-1. They said, "Oh, we don't give a fuck. We had to go to AM radio. We're not fucking with you." It's like they could have stopped that story from coming out, or at least be truthful about it. Like, they let that shit hit the press on purpose, like, and then they lied about it. It's cap. There's more examples of bad ownership and them not giving a fuck. But real quick, Andrew King, did you guys boo?
No, hell no.
Did I boo? No, I sat there and recorded it though. I got it recorded on my phone. Look. Listen, I am a big time Lions fan. Always will be. I am not a fan of management at all. Over the years, I've been trying to point out management's flaws for the longest, and I feel like they are the main reason why we do not have success.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're a true fan, you're not gonna boo your team. You're not gonna shout out SOL. You're not gonna freaking do all this because that just impacts the team, man. Like, these guys are still people, right? And you're literally getting into your own players' heads and messing them up instead of rooting for them and trying to get them back in the game like other fan bases do. Like, you don't see the Seahawks fans start booing the damn team. No, they're literally considered the 12th man because they get their team riled up, and then they have false starts and jumping, off sides and all this crap that happened to the opposing teams because they're so freaking loud, and then that's where the national media comes into play, where they're like, well, SOL Lions, because our fan base literally does it, drives me nuts, man.
all Lions fans should tune in to those Jamal That episodes that the Lions are making with Jamal Williams, because one thing I will say, and yes, he has not been in Detroit. He's coming from Green Bay, a winning organization. But holy shit, his attitude is just fantastic. Like, these games when we're down, he gets a first down, he gets up and he celebrates and he's crazy and he's having fun. And I'm like, if everybody in this stadium could take a little bit from him, then that could help change, because obviously part of this culture, it includes the fans too, right? Like, we're all like pissed all the time because we can't win, and it seems like nothing ever ends up going our way. But I'm telling you, if you watch this guy, he'll put a smile on your face, and if you can take a little bit of that with you into these games, it'll make the difference. Like, I love everything that I have seen from him. It's off the field and on the field. He's just got a really, really great attitude.
I just feel like, I think that the fans weren't necessarily booing the team, but more booing the elephant in the room. Like, everybody knows that they didn't kiss and make up. Like, that story was BS. Calvin refuted it off the field, right? Like, I'm not defending the booing, but like, I could see maybe they weren't booing the team, but just like, why are you here, bro? Like, there was a bad breakup and your ex-girl showing up at this party, right? Like, why are you here, bro? Just let us enjoy Calvin. I get that. I think it was a bad decision on us, but I don't know about that point about the Seahawks. If I had Marshawn Lynch rushing for like 2,000 yards and like tearing dudes' heads off at running back, I'd be loud too. But I was dealing with.
But let's be honest though. Like let's just be honest. Calvin Johnson was there, right?
Yeah,
he got all this bad blood of the Lions, and yet he was still there, right? Mm-hmm. You think he just showed up for free? No, he was paid to be there for that ceremony. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he even showed up to me tells me that they got something going on. He didn't show up for free. So they pay him to be there. It's an opportunity for you to send off one of your greats one last time, and you took a chance to almost let the ownership know, boo. Now, mind you did all of this after buying the ticket, after going to the concession stands, after paying for parking, after buying the gear. You essentially just wasted your time, your breath, and your life minutes for nothing yelling. When if you look at it objectively, he was there for a reason. He didn't have to show up. It is what it is.
Real quick too. So,
go ahead.
My bad. No, go ahead.
No.
King has spoken.
No, I ain't got nothing. Go.
You were gonna say something, man.
I wasn't about to say nothing. I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion on the situation. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we can go back and forth about Calvin Johnson all day long. We got the Bears coming up.
That, man. Yeah. To the Jamal that episode, if you guys didn't watch, you know how Rachel was talking about he's such a positive guy and he's like always in a good mood. We're gonna switch it to a positive vibe. But anyway, the touchdown, remember the game one against the 49ers, like we were dead in the water. It was like whatever the score was, 44-17. Like he scored after that blowout and was like still like, let's go. Like we were still in the fucking game. Like, and I'll never forget Rachel pointing that out. I'm like, positive mindset. And then today on the Jamal that episode, he talked to himself for 25 minutes with positive affirmations. He said that shit. If you guys listen to the episode, I swear to God, he said that shit. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it on shrooms though.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Your brain would explode.
Positive ass dude, and like, I love that we got him with this like new regime, like trying to change the page. Because like, if I'm trying to look for positive, the running back room is definitely that. Him and Swift.
Yeah, and like I said, I just like it's to me, we do this all the time, but it's a new feeling to me. Like I said, I just see them going in the right direction right now. We say that all the time, but I truly see them going in the right direction. They're starting off well to me. So the only thing that we need to do is acquire some talent. We have to, over time, like I said, this draft, man, we got to go heavy defense. We have to go heavy defense, and we got to start from there. We just got to start from there. Like I said, the coaching staff, I have no complaints about the coaching staff so far because they don't really have much. So I can't really judge them right now. So, like I said, we got the Bears coming up Sunday, one of the only games where we can possibly win. Especially if they're right with that offense they got going over there and Nagy. And I'm ready to see, Penei Sewell against Mac, man. I'm ready for that.
Look, if we could contain Lamar Jackson for entire 4 quarters, majority, he could get that 30-yard run. If we go fuck Justin Fields up, look, I'm calling it. Like I may have sounded crazy every time I said we may have won, but this one, we have to know this bitch is winnable. I see some people saying like to Philadelphia, like this, and then the Bengals. Those are winnable ass games. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like. Definitely, this Bears the way they are right now too.
And some people say it may be harder. It's maybe harder than we think with the Bengals. I don't even think they're gonna have a quarterback at that time during the season because they just cannot block right now. They have nothing up front. I just have a hard time seeing him staying healthy to that point of the season when we play the Bengals. I think we can definitely beat the Falcons too. So it's some possibilities. 0-17. I don't think it's 0-17, but I think we can at least win 5 games. At least.
And by then, like how we talking about golf with the wrist wraps, hopefully by then he has the offense down too. You know what I'm saying? Like and
not gonna happen.
Man.
Absolutely. I'd love if he just pulled up the playbook, like he like came out with a full-size book, like a binder to each huddle and just put it in his back pocket in between plays on like a little clip. I'd love to see that.
Only if he's smoking a cigarette, had a mustache, I'd accept that.
They had actually pointed that out on TV. The fact that one of the frustrations with McVay and golf was that he felt like he had to hold his hand, and that's the difference of having Matthew Stafford. I actually heard them talk about that on First Take.
You know what I wonder though? Like with the next 3 games, like I think those are all winnable games. In all honesty, I mean the Vikings we might get into a shootout, but if Cook ain't playing in that game, I feel real good about our chances. Now if he playing, I'm just gonna pray on it. But it is what it is.
And we were praying on Lamar, and them prayers work. You know what I'm saying? So keep them coming. And hope for me some money too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be selfish. You know?
Right. Lamar is what, top 5 running back in this league right now?
Thanks. Yeah, look, Joe Burrow had 3 interceptions not this past week, but the weekend before that. Like, I'm not worried about this dude. How people say we're gonna lose to the Bengals? I don't get it. Jamar Chase is a beast, though. I will say that. I think he had a touchdown every single game so far. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, he's been killing it because apparently, when you have stripes on the ball, it's harder to catch.
Well, man, we're not doing this blame the ref stuff, man. Come on.
No, not
what are you talking about?
That. Look, this man literally came out and was like, "Yo, there's not that white stripe on the ball, so it's harder to see when it comes your way." And I was like, "What the fuck you talking about, bro? It's football."
I think the exact quote, like everyone took it out of context just because like he was dropping a bunch of shit, but I think they just asked him what's the difference between the footballs. Yeah. So like that really wasn't like the actual quote.
The media out of context.
That's what happened. So they were like, Jamar, what's the difference between a college and a professional football? And he's like, what kind of a fucking question is that? And second of all, I guess the white stripes. And they're like, oh my God, you can't catch because it's not white on there. And he's like, what? Why would I say that?
Because there's some other people at our network. Maz, this dude is in love with Micah Parsons. I love Maz. Right? I don't get that shit. Is there any hell no to me? I still rather have Penei Sewell. Are there any rookies? And I'll start with you, Andrew, that you wish we would have taken over Penei Sewell at this point in the season? Anyone you're looking at, you just like, God damn, I wish we would have got that one.
Over Sewell, no. I mean, in the last 2 drafts, hell yeah. There's a couple guys I would take, with my first round pick over who we did, but you can't go wrong with getting a top tier left tackle. I mean, there's so much you can do. You can literally move Decker over. You can still develop Penei Sewell at the right tackle. You could trade freaking Decker. Like, there's so many different things you can do that you literally can't go wrong. So, shit, I'm all for beefing up the trenches any day of the week and then some.
Okay. Luke G. Who you looking at?
Nobody. I saw an opportunity for us to complete the offensive line. I can't tell you the last time we ever had an offensive line. I'm happy that we got one now, and it's respectable, and it's showing up in times that you would least expect it. So nope, there was no singular person that I felt confident enough to be like, yeah, I'm taking them over them. Like it was either Sewell or Slater. Them were your 2 picks.
King, who you've been shopping around the league, window shopping these rookies?
Me, no, absolutely. Sewell was the guy. Like I said, I've been preaching the trenches for the last 2 years. I still feel like we don't have enough in the trenches. I think we want injury away from disaster on the offensive line. So I just I want more depth actually on the offensive line, and for also on the opposite end, I want the defensive side of the ball. I want the defensive line to get built too. So Sewell right now for this draft was the right pick for me. With this next draft, we better go defense or I'm gonna kill somebody.
I'm right there with you, man.
I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
Hey, the chat too. The chat, you some rookies you guys been noticing. Cause I want to watch the tape. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. Whatever you guys recommend. But I'm the same way. I think Sewell. Mikey, what about you?
Yeah, I think honestly we should have gone with. No, I'm kidding. Penei Sewell was a pick, man. Like, I love seeing Jared Goff get 6 seconds to overthrow a check down, and like that's my favorite thing about this is we would not be getting that. We'd have Justin Fields running around the field trying not to get sacked. I love Sewell, and I wouldn't take anyone else over him.
Yeah, that's so sincere. I felt that. How about you, Ray? You said.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page with this, especially watching him out there. I mean, damn, I cannot believe that is a 20-year-old. It's crazy. And you even see somebody in the chat mentioned this earlier too, like he was kind of getting into it with the Ravens D-line a little bit. There was some shoving going on. I was like, okay, this rookie kind of just holding his own. I also want to say, you were just talking about Micah Parsons, that there was like the weirdest quote from Jerry Jones about him. He says, he's as pure as mother's milk. He just basically steps out there and gives you everything he's got. Nature gave him skills, and boy, does he know how to use them. And Micah Parsons like tweeted back to that and said a bunch of crying faces. I never heard this one before. Pure as mother's milk.
You know, Richie going that freaky shit. You know, that shit just went down. They all, yeah.
They got this man playing like 7 different positions on that team too.
Did you guys see the clip though? There was an article that said that Sewell was a bust. There was another guy on YouTube who said that Sewell is a bust. And then there's a clip going around right now showing Sewell basically like doing Calais Campbell dirty on the combo block. And I'm like, bruh, like it's the right pick, bro. Just imagine if Taylor Decker got hurt and now we got to figure out who's going to be our left tackle. It's going to probably be Matt Nelson, which means they were going to probably move to the right tackle, probably going to be Big V, and then Steinberg was going to be our guard. It worked out. The universe lined up for us for once. There's no way we can do that.
And speaking of Decker, he comes back this week. Well, not playing, but he's back to practice.
Yeah.
Doing stretches and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of people was calling Sewell a bust after preseason, which was hilarious.
Bruh.
Tripping.
I got screenshots. I got receipts because I'm petty.
Ooh. Oh, you want you and me both. You and me both.
You know why though? That's because people literally watch a preseason game. They're like, "Oh shit, he let a sack or he let pressure happen. Oh man, he's a bust." Like, what are you saying right now? It's the preseason. Jamar freaking Chase literally did the same shit. He dropped all of his passes, and now he's scoring a touchdown every single week. Like, dude, preseason doesn't mean anything.
The man hadn't played for 18 months, was switching over to right tackle, and we just somehow just forgot all of that and said he's gonna be a bust. But it's different. Those positional changes different. The leg you use is different. All of that makes a difference.
Shout out to a special guest in the comments. The dose of Judah Tribe is here. What is it good? Your team is so trash this year, by the way.
1.1 yards per play. 1.1 yards per play. 6 first downs, bruh. No, you can't even get hyped this year. You can't. It's not possible.
The Bears are a ghost.
That's all I'm saying. What yeah, I gotta look up.
So we talk about Jared Goff not knowing the playbook. Matt Nagy doesn't even know his own playbook. So, like, they got that going for them in Chicago.
Facts.
Yeah.
What about JOK, Andrew? You tweeted about JOK. I remember everyone was really hype on this man.
My fuck.
The draft last year.
Listen. I have been freaking preaching to fix the linebacker core for years. Nothing pisses me off more than having unathletic, shitty linebackers. And you go ahead and you see Jock fall to the second round, and I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna get picked before we can get him. And then he's there at our second round pick, and you fucking draft Levi. How many D linemen do you freaking need? You already have Pennicini, you have Julian, you have Romeo, you have Bryant, you have Brockers, you have Nick fucking Williams, you have Trey Flowers. Bro, you draft Levi and Aleem, and you don't go ahead and get Jock? Like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, literally, what the hell are you thinking?
In his defense, we had all-pro Jamie Collins. So, you know about that.
I will kill myself right here.
I'm wearing number 8 looking like an idiot.
Listen, the thing that pisses me off the most is imagine. I mean, we don't know how Barnes is going to do. I personally like his promise, but imagine you have all those linemen like we talked about, right? And you have Jock and Derek Barnes in your linebacker core instead of Levi and frickin' Jamie Collins to start the season or whatever. Like, you're not even starting Levi and Aleem because you have so many D linemen that they don't know who to start and how to properly use them. So why the hell did you draft 2 D linemen when you could have got Jock, bro, or one of those top tier safeties? Will Harris is the worst safety I have ever seen in my entire life. I would rather play 10-man on the defense than to have Will Harris cover my fucking deep.
I still don't understand how he's still on the team.
I'm like, you know, the professional athlete, they doing shit I can never do. I'm always like that dude, right? But Will Harris, goddamn, bro.
How is he here still?
Listen, every big play that has ever happened in the last 2 years, I swear to God, where do you see Will Harris? You see him in the corner of the screen getting beat by like 10 yards. He's always there because you know it's his man, but he's not even remotely in the play, and it drives me freaking nuts. And then he's a highlight reel. You got Saquon fucking stiff-arming this guy just face first into the turf. Like, please, bro, please put anybody in over him. Put AJ Parker, put freaking Marlowe, put anybody over this man. Just Get him off the team.
I literally don't have a problem with them taking Levi. And I'll be the first one to tell you on the reaction when they first took Levi, yes, were there people I wanted more? Yeah, there is. But after watching Levi through preseason, through games, I'm okay with the pick. Like, we've tried everything else, built the trenches, set the table, set the foundation, and go. Jock ain't doing that. 4 tackles, bro. 4 tackles and a half a sack. We really finna hype this up. And I know stats don't tell the whole story, but it's not like he would have made a bigger difference anyway. Like, we need people like a Derek Barnes or a Parson who can take on blocks and get off of blockers. At least with Levi, I think I saw like maybe 1 or 2 plays where he really got like mauled down and they had to put like 2 people to push him down. But in most cases, he holds his own. He played in very few snaps. I think he only played like, I saw something on like the one of the articles where he had like, I think he had like 7 or 12, something like that. So I forgot what it was. Not sacks, but snaps. I'm okay with the pick. Like, build up the damn foundation and let's ride.
Look, part of the foundation is your linebacker core, and you can't neglect the fucking linebacker core, bro. I'm all about building the trenches, but I listed like 7 linemen that they're trying to start. You don't need to rotate linemen in when you literally have multiple linebacker spots that you have to fill out. Like, it makes no sense.
I never heard
Judah try. We're gonna have to throw hands, man. I see the comment. Don't bring that. Okay?
What he say?
I had to take her out to get some fried mushrooms after the game because she was so depressed.
Aww.
So yeah, and y'all, and you. I see you mention the defensive line. Listen, we have an offensive line now. Okay, it's not open season in the backfield for your defensive line. You can't score points. Your team cannot score points. Maggie is an idiot.
If how the game works, do you have to score more points than the other team to win?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what has to happen. Yeah, you have to.
I can't score points. Are we gonna
quarterback? You got an Ohio State quarterback. What is wrong with you? Anyway,
Rachel, were you big on JOK? I don't remember if you wanted to draft JOKers in during that DSA stream, but I know it was covering.
Not as heavy as Andrew is, but he definitely looks good.
No, yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm about to keep an eye on him. Well, shit, y'all. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
I want everybody to give me their prediction for the next 3 games.
Next 3 games. My goodness, I have to do my
The
own.
next 3, you got the Bears on the road, Vikings on the road, and then at home against the Bengals. What's their record in those next 3?
I got 2 L's and then a possible win. That's my prediction.
Wait for us.
Who are the 2 L's?
Okay,
the Bears and the Vikings.
Okay.
I'm in a prove me state. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the optimism ain't here this year. You know, like I said, you got to show me something. And like I said, even though the Bears had a horrible game on the offensive end of things, they were playing the Browns. You see what I'm saying? So it's with me. Like I said, the Bengals, maybe. But the Bears, you got to keep them guys out the backfield. The Lions got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? We're at Soldier Field. You know what I'm saying? If we were at home, maybe I would give you a little home optimism, but no, I just don't. I just can't, man. I can't.
Even with the 1.1 yards per play.
They didn't do that all season. I watched the Bears against the Rams. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that game they ran the hell out the ball.
And that's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
That's why.
All right, King. You disappoint. You hurt my heart with that one. Fuck the Bears.
I got us 2-1 because I think we beat Bengals. I think we beat the Bears. But if the Lions, ironically enough, if they can go 3-0, we right back. We at 500. Just saying.
I don't think we're going 3-0. Mikey, what you got?
I'm sorry, I was eating. What happened?
Kids these days. Rachel, what's your record? Goddamn.
I think they're gonna go 2-3. I think 2-1. I think they're gonna beat the Bears. I think they're gonna beat the Bengals. I think they have potential to keep it close with Minnesota, but that's only if they continue to show the kind of progress that they have through these first 3 weeks. I think it's doable to win all of these games. I just still think they're going to drop one. And I think it'll be the one in Minnesota.
And by the way, I'm messing with you, Easy. We're going to beat the hell out the Bears. So,
Thank you.
we're gonna beat the hell out the Bears. The Vikings going to whoop our ass, though. I'm serious about that.
I think if Cook don't play, we straight.
Yeah, if Cook don't play, maybe. But the Bears, I still think we're going to beat the Bengals, too. That's just me, personally.
Yeah, I got like the Bears. They are so fucking beatable, bro. They don't pose a threat to me. We beat them with fucking what was our offensive coordinator last name? I can't think of his name. Fuck was that man's name? Whatever. We beat the Bears with that man. We're gonna beat him with Dan Campbell. Okay. The Bengals way overhyped. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow look real nice, but so did Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Former NFL MVP. So did Aaron Rodgers for a half. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like we kind of contained them a little bit. But
I mean, they got an Ohio State quarterback, bro. I'm still trying to find the Ohio State quarterback that you can hype up. Like he was killing them as a quarterback in the NFL. Like go through the last 30 years and tell me the great Ohio State quarterback who came out.
Here's the thing too, beyond that, like the fact that Andy Dalton was starting over him should have told everybody that Justin Fields wasn't ready. Because we saw Eddie Dalton with the offense last year in Dallas, and he do shit with it. It's like we know he's not the man for the job. If Justin Fields couldn't win the starting job over him, that dude was boo boo. He's fucking booty water. Like he's just fucking trash. He might be not that.
One thing that you learn, in the NFL, a lot of teams when you play certain teams, other teams learn your flaws, and I think that's exactly what the Browns did when they watched them play the Rams. The offense is just like I said. I don't have any type of belief that offense is going to put up enough points to beat us. Unless Jared Goff goes out and gives us 200 yards and no touchdowns again, then we'll be in a bad situation. But no, I just don't think the Bears have enough offensively to beat us because we can put up points.
The Bears on the season right now averaging 13 points a game and giving up 25.
Bro, the entire offense hasn't even clipped 1,000 yards yet.
Bruh, these boys out here, when you look at this game against the Browns, and I know we ain't the Browns, but my man, how you go how you throw 20 times for 68 yards, get sacked 9 times for 67. That's a 1 yard for your time of playing, bro. That's struggling. That's a struggle game. But they did only run the ball 10 times. To be fair, they only ran the ball 10 times. But, bruh, I don't understand how 20 passes, you get 68 yards. That's terrible, bro.
I remember Khalil Mack going down last week, too, for a minute. I'm pretty sure he finished the game. But, yeah, I think the Bears are definitely beatable. The Bengals are beatable. Now, the Vikings, I think you're tripping. You think we beat the Vikings. They got They got way too much.
Do you think the Bears, who play quarterback for the Bears, matter? Because the Bears head coach said all 3 quarterbacks up, Dalton, Foles, and Fields. Do you think it matters who's playing quarterback for them?
To be respectful of the Bears and the organization, I have to say it may not matter because for the last couple of years they had Mitch Trubisky bring the paddle to that ass for us. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that. And Mitch Trubisky's a fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? They beat us with Mr. Trubisky, so yeah, he probably can do it. But I have confidence in Dan Campbell with his defense show last week that we'll game plan better, no matter who it is.
Well, Ghost of Judah Tribe, they said that the Ravens would put up a record-setting amount of offense against us, and that didn't happen. They put up 19 points.
You got to give him credit though, because I actually have a lot of friends that are Bears fans, and none of them are as confident as Ghost of Judah Tribe right now. So I'm like, hey, this is the Bears version of smoking the hopium.
Yeah, they hate Nagy in Chicago.
Yeah, I appreciate
they should.
It's weird though, because he did get them to the playoffs a couple times, but I don't know. Cause I remember we had Caldwell, and I was like, I didn't want to get rid of him. I wanted to keep him.
Well, I just think right now to me, if you look at all 3 of these games the Lions had so far, they were winnable games if they just play all 4 quarters. We see game 1 we played 1 quarter. No, we didn't play 1 quarter. We played 9 minutes. Game 2 we played a half. Game 3 I'm not. We played a half. It's 4 quarters, bro. We gotta give me 3 quarters. If I can get 3 quarters, I'm straight. I'm not even finna bag for anything else. Give me 3 quarters. We'll beat the Bears handily.
Yeah,
Look, the Bears game is like a no question. If you look at our schedule, it should theoretically be the easiest game we have. And I know everyone's saying we're going to beat the Bengals, but the Bengals are actually playing really freaking good overall. You know, yeah, they're not protecting Burrow the best, but they're putting up points. Their defense is playing really good. Their run game's really good. Their wide receivers are really good. Everything's kind of clicking for them. You know, out of those 3 games, that's probably going to be the hardest one of the 3.
Well, I just pray to God that we stick to our run, because when you go and you look at the Bears' 3 losses, those teams like the Rams, they stuck to the run when they needed to, and then you go through and look at the game they had against the one game they won, they ran the ball to high heaven against the Bengals, but the next game, 10 rushes.
Listen, this is the thing, man, with the Bengals. The reason why I say what I say with the Bengals, okay, you lost against the Bears, number 1, which is embarrassing. Number 2, you played. Listen. This is why I say about stats, man. You played the fucking Steelers and you played the fucking Jaguars, the Jags. I am not impressed from what I've seen from the Bengals at all.
Fair. That's fair. That's beyond fair. Like
I get it, man. I look at them wide receivers, and I look at our secondary right now with all the injuries we have and stuff, and that's gonna be a freaking nightmare.
Well, you know, we moved on from Collins today, so that's a good start. And they're gonna find a way to fill it. I think the Lions is actively looking for certain types of trades. So I think we still far from being done in terms of adding talent to this team. But overall, you know, if you are, forget Lions fan, if you're a fan of football, there's no way you can't look at this team and be like, damn, they looking like they about to be on the come up. There's no way you can't see that.
Look, hey, speaking of trades, Dolo keeps mentioning the CJ Henderson trade, and I'll tell you what, man, I took to Twitter. I was a little upset, right? I'm not super pissed because it is what it is, but like, bro, you invest a backup tight end and a 3rd round pick in a kid that just got drafted freaking in the 1st round. Like, bro, CJ Henderson was a monster coming out of college. I would definitely toss freaking any of our backup tight ends and a 3rd round pick at a cornerback like that, especially with how our secondary is and all the injuries and everything. Like,
the Panthers trade?
Easy. You said what?
Are you talking about the Panthers trade?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, but let's be honest though. This all the people who wanted Urban Meyer to be the Lions head coach. Urban Meyer finished shit on that team, and he gonna exit stage left with some type of illness, like he always do, and gonna go and be a coach at some powerhouse college where he can go back to cheating again. Come on, bro. Urban Meyer can't do all that cheat stuff he was doing in college and the pros, and I don't even understand that trade. That trade is ridiculous in my opinion, and I think that tight end was undrafted. On top of that,
I think it's because they're saying he wasn't playing well, this, that, whatever. But like, bro, it's Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville. No one plays well on Jacksonville for some reason. They have random players that show up here and there, but overall, their players leave, they go to another team, and they do really well. Sound familiar?
I got cussed out for saying Okuda wasn't a top 10 pick, so whatever. Whatever. I'm like, hey, we got him now. He gonna be better at safety. Cause with that new injury, he's guaranteed to be a safety now. Look, he has to be.
The worst part about drafting Okuda is that if we would have took the guys we wanted, like even if it was Wirfs, I wanted Wirfs, or I wanted Simmons, bro, our team would be shaped so different right now, and it drives me mad that we didn't do that.
Well,
like, could you imagine if we would have took Wirfs or freaking Simmons or like any of those guys? We
third year. Don't give Dead Man Walker his 3rd years. Look at all the teams who gave a Dead Man Walker the 3rd year and how it worked out. Houston, it failed. Lions, it failed. If you got coaches that's Dead Man Walking, you don't give them a 3rd year. It's failing for the Bears. They gave that man another chance to do it when they probably should have said, let's move on from Matt Nagy and look at it. You done lost draft capital. You got an Ohio State quarterback who ain't finna do nothing. Like, come on, bro. It's all bad out here, these streets. Like, you just, when they trash, they trash. Move on. 2 years, you got to go.
Yeah, I forgot who it was. It was, I feel like in the offseason, someone was like, if a player can make it in this league, literally in the first practice. And I'm a firm believer that you can tell if someone can ball or not right away, especially at the NFL level. And I feel like you see it with like Tua, right? Like his teammates are like, bro, you can't fucking play. And it's very apparent that he cannot play in this league, and it's, man.
Well, 100%.
CDC 2023.
Hold on 1 second.
He'll have it changed by next year, man. Real quick, I do want to ask this, and then I kind of want to wrap it up. Do you guys see the rumors? Someone commented about this, but Anthony Lynn to USC. Did you guys see that come out today?
I've seen that.
Does that concern anybody on the panel?
You said Anthony Lynn to what?
To USC as a head coach.
Nope.
I thought you said UFC, and I was like, bro, you talking about he about to go in the octagon? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
What is some kind of report that said that the Lions was trying to get some head coach in college, and in that report it said it's unconfirmed. I'm not buying it, bro. The media needs something to write about, and they throwing out strings. I don't think Anthony Lynn would even take that head coaching job. I don't. I think he liked what he's doing here. I think he liked what he has started. I think it's smoke.
He might, you know what I'm saying, but he might end up being like a next year thing. You know what I'm saying? It might be a next year thing for him. I think he's kind of chilling this year. He's already with the Lions. We got some inside sources, though. Don't forget Anthony Lynn was the offensive coordinator, my man Braylon. So, I'm about to, hey, yo, Braylon, what's going on? What's popping? What do you think he's going to do?
Man, that dude ain't going nowhere, bro. I mean, listen, we already knew that with the way that this team was put together, we knew that there's a chance that we're going to lose coaches at some point, right? Like maybe year or two. But, bro, no, it's not happening, bro. I don't see it.
I mean, it's not, if it happens, it's next year. He's here with the Lions right now. Ain't no way he's going to leave the team. Like, it's not going to work like that. But I got a little baby upstairs, y'all. I really appreciate like this little panel that just like came together because this was this was not planned at all. It was just like, yo, I want to talk about the Lions. We live with this shit. I had everybody come through. Andrew came out the fucking cave. Thanks, bro.
I'll tell you one thing, man. That comment section needs a lot of hugs in there, boy. It's some
man, for real.
Good Lord.
You know how I do during my streams. Like it's going a little too quick for me to even keep up what the fuck's going on too.
Get yourself a blizzard.
Bro, don't do that, King, bro. I love Dairy Queen.
Hey, I'm about to have Dairy Queen next time we talk about linebackers. Andrew needs that shit.
Bro, it fucking pisses me off, man. You look at the most elite defenses in the league, and what is the center of their defense? They're freaking linebackers. Like, drives me nuts, man. Like, you need versatile linebackers. Shit.
Like you said.
Bro,
little babies at Easy's house.
Bro, like, look. When we all remember the 49ers defense when Harbaugh was the coach. They had the most dominant defense, and I guarantee you the only people you can name off that team on the defensive side of the ball was their linebackers.
Aldon Smith was a fucking dog.
Aldon Smith, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman. Like, bro, that was pure dominance, man. They didn't have shit in the back end of the field or anything. It was their linebacker core.
Patrick Willis, fucking Navarro Bowman.
This shit's making me depressed, man. We gotta wrap this up.
Rachel Marie. Sorry, you go in.
Oh, for final thoughts? Okay, I got distracted with Andrew's whole thing. Yeah, this was impromptu. And I think I told y'all in the DSA chat, like anytime that I can hop on, I will. It's been so much busier, so it's a lot harder for me to like make any of these organized things right now. But it was awesome to get to talk some Lions football with you. And whenever you're randomly trying to put a crew together at 8:00 on a Tuesday, holler at your girl.
Going up on a Tuesday. That's what we're gonna call it. Andrew, you want your linebacker tantrum? You want to throw anything else in there?
Bro, I mean, obviously, like King said, man, we better draft some defense up in this bitch, or else I'm gonna lose it, man. But I just appreciate y'all. Obviously, I haven't been on in a long time, been super busy, but it's always good to talk some Lions.
Yeah. Hey, real quick too, because I know Rachel just got finished talking, but if you guys aren't already, please make sure you follow Rachel Marie Sports on TikTok, and if you're not already on Twitter too, because she'll post TikToks there as well. But you've been killing TikTok game, Rachel. You've been cracking over somewhere.
Thank you. I try.
Random and hilarious. That's all.
Very random.
Going down the railing, that shit be dead.
You gotta do it for the TikTok, you know.
Yeah, I wish we could still say do it for the Vine. That shit just came off. And TikTok the same shit as Vine for real. But anyway, King, chat man, we got some final thoughts.
I really appreciate you sending an invite. This is a very nice panel. Really, really nice panel. I do want to say shout out to Lions Nation Unite. You guys, you need to go and download that app. As I told y'all before, if you don't, I will throw hands with anybody in here. So you need to go and download that. Other than that, man, this panel, I enjoyed this conversation because, like I said, it's a lot of different views out there in the YouTube and the social media experience for the fans out there. It's, you know, like I said, a lot of us, we stand firm on what we believe in when it comes to the Detroit Lions. But at the same time, we all pretty much want the same thing. We just want this team to win. We want them to get it right. So, you know, like I said, just looking in the comments, you can see the passion, you know, as far as Lions fans. So, you know, hopefully we can go out here and at least pull out one victory out of these next three. And like I said, whenever you want to get on easy, man, just send me the link. You know, I jump to the computer as fast as I can. Just let me know, and I'll be here.
But man, good looks. And it's a Lions youth thing too. Like anybody who like watches all these YouTubers and like you've been inspired and you want to make content like Detroit Lions content, that's the perfect place to do it right now because it's so brand new. And you will literally be like one of the OGs on the space. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like it's like so new to like you can practice, like you'll get better. You might not even be hot when you first start, but like you'll grow. And I don't know, man, it's grow.
Bro, I started out in my garage sitting on the van seat. You know what I'm saying? So, straight up and down. You know, 6 years and it flew by real quick. I'm telling you, you love your team, you love to talk Lions. It's easier than what you think. I still do all of my videos on my cell phone. You don't have to have some big fancy camera.
Fact. Big fact. Everything, a lot of shit that's shot at Woodward Sports. If I'm shooting it, I'm throwing a fit if I'm not recording with my phone.
Yeah.
So, I gotta pass it to the preacher man, my man Luke G. What's your final thoughts, man?
Man, you know me, man. Hey, always got to end the show on a positive note. It's enough hate in the world that I don't want to add to it. So today's positive quote comes from the internet. Leveling up does not mean that you improve yourself only. Leveling up does not mean that you improve yourself only. Leveling up implies that not only do you improve yourself, but you improve those who are around you. If you are just so consumed and focused on yourself, you simply will find yourself alone. And the term is lonely at the top is there for a reason, because most people don't want to climb to the top with you. However, you have to find a way sometimes to just lend a hand. A simple reach can get a person all the way to the top. And if you give yourself the opportunity to level up, then make sure that when you do it, you level up all those people around you. With that being said, as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe to everybody on this panel because we all got YouTube channels, always talking positive, always getting things popping. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Amen. I got a podcast with Braylon Edwards too. You make sure y'all check that out, man. And I got 90 views in that shit. I was like, what the fuck? Come on, man. It's Braylon Edwards. Hey, but if you're watching this afterwards, I'm gonna post everyone's link to their channel in the description. So make sure you subscribe and we out. Let me close it out this way though. Because I got this thing now. I kind of like use it.
Easy, speak easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.